Good morning. I had a question through the blog this week asking how to solo Fantasy Grounds. Um, so I thought I would briefly go over that today. So I'm just going to start Fantasy Grounds. And what I've done is I've actually created a basic campaign um, and created a character just so it's not completely empty. It's just called solo, and that's starting. So this is just using the 5e basic set. You can obviously load as much as you like, but I do want to show you the modules. I'm using my 5e solo adventures module. Uh, so in here, I've added the 5e solo adventures module. Um, it's there. You can grab it on DM's Guild. Um, I think the sale might still be running, the solo sale. But what that gives you is under story, it creates this. Now, um, so what we've got in here at the moment is basically absolute minimum. This is the solo engine, and under the player characters, there is one character who I'm starting at level 2 just because he's all on his own. So let's get rid of that. Now, the solo engine, um, it gives you all the kind of fluff and support, how everything works, some advice and tips, and you get these little. You can uh, send prompts and oracle answers straight to the chat, or you can add it to the story. Now, I like the chat option. But this is creating a scene which basically creates it's a complex question prompt just to start off your first scene. Um, there's the yes no oracle. Now you use +3 to -3 using the modifiers here, and you can just type in what you want there. So you're going to be using this adjustment here. Uh, So if we wander through that now, the complex question, if I send that, can you see it's gone down here? Um, we can, if you're going using the story, you can type straight in here and you just say whatever you think that's going to be. As you keep adding stories in, you can change that up here and scene one. There's your improvising prompt, strong and releasing. Now that could be prison break, opening scene, um, prison break, and then you can role play through that first scene um, and log it all here as if this is your journal. Now that is not my preferred choice. Just get rid of that a second. So that's the complex question. It gives you these 2-word answers. Under the NPC reactions, this is the better option. Now, for me, role playing is not about the combat. It's all about the people you meet, your character interacts with. Um, so you are basically going to use a different role depending on the demeanor of the person you're talking to. And you can decide this with a yes/no question. If you're in the market square, you're talking to the blacksmith, chances are they're going to be kind of neutral um, or friendly. If they want the work, they're going to be friendly. If they're busy, they're going to be neutral. Um, you can decide for yourself. Well, okay, is he friendly? On a yes, he's friendly. On a no, he's uh, neutral. And so I will. This one is uses the chat, and what's going to happen is, so my question becomes, is the blacksmith friendly? And I'm going to roll the yes no question. Um, now the delayed interrupted result means um, when you're facing the question, your character is in the situation. He would be approaching the blacksmith, obviously, to know whether he is friendly or not. Something else has happened. Now that could be, say, somebody else pushes in front of you, pushes you out the way, and demands the time of the blacksmith. It could be that the blacksmith throws down the shutters or turns the open closed sign in your face. Something's happened. Now, I'm not into a story here. I don't, I don't, can't picture the scene entirely straight off. But that's the sort of thing that happens. The rule of thumb here is a delayed interrupted. It should be an event which makes the question you were about to ask moot. That question is not going to be asked. So something would have happened to prevent you having that first social interaction with the blacksmith. So that is this. So we still don't know whether the blacksmith is friendly or not, because something has happened. Also in here is the more detail section. So you can have the yes no question, which we just rolled there. You can also do the complex question. Now I like them going to the chat. So I can ask a question here. Is the what's this town like? So what's the town like? And I'm going to roll my complex question, and it's going to give me mental cruelty. Ooh. So what does that mean in the context of a town? Well, my first thought there was all about sort of neighbour spying upon neighbour, informers, which then suggests that there's some kind of secret police. So I'm going to just put in some keywords here. Informers, secret police, neighbour against neighbour. So all of this is going into, I spelled that wrong. So all of this is going into the chat window, and with Fantasy Grounds you can save your chat window. So it's all being chat logs, and you can find the chat logs in the folders. So just looking at this little bit we've done here, was the blacksmith friendly? Well, we don't know, because the minute we approached his stall, he slammed the door shut, put up the closed sign, didn't want to talk. Now, given the mental cruelty and this informers, secret police, neighbour against neighbour theme, maybe the reason he did that was that you don't want to be seen associating with people from outside the town, with strangers, um, which suggests a fear of spies and infiltrators. So this is now going into the chat log. Now, this is just going to be GM, GM, GM all the way through. If I bring up Callan, I can add him down in here as well, and any other NPCs that I want. So I can now chat as Callan. So Callan can ask questions of, can I see any town guard? And we're going to use this yes no oracle for the chat, roll that, and we'll just leave it as a straight roll. So roll it. Can he see? No, because now what is this? Because why can Callan see any town guard? Because they're not in uniform. No, because the guards here are not in uniform. So that should have been by the GM. But can you see here? This is all going. The whole story is going to build up here. So the next question could be: does everyone carry a weapon? Because this could be how you can spot the guards. Does everyone carry weapons? Again, yes, no in the chat. And oops, that's what I'm going on. Does everyone carry a weapon? GM +3. Let's roll that. No, because weapons are illegal here. So now you've got the. This is going to be the journal building up correctly now with the. So I'm now playing Callan again. Callan is walking around with chainmail, shield, long sword. He looks. He's sticking out like a sore thumb. A complete stranger, foreigner here. So I'm looking around. Can I see an inn or a tavern? So it's Callan. Is there a tavern that is open? And we're going to do the just a yes no, and it's insisting on this no because, isn't it? What do we keep rolling? Sevens, eights. No. That there is a tavern, but it's shut down. So tavern, but it has been closed down. Oh, this place is starting to feel really, really hostile. Yeah. Oh, people avoiding me. Oh, yeah, kind of Dale. Oh yeah, great. No, because why aren't people? Because they haven't. Um, let's see, haven't seen an outsider in a long time. Now, I wouldn't normally be asking as many questions as this. I could have played through most of this scene relatively quickly, or easily. Once I had this idea of there's secret police mixing in with the normal townsfolk. There's this sense of hostility. You can play your character in that scene, relatively easily. Uh, I'm just using the questions here to show you how you would build up the your journal, and you can just mostly type straight into the chat window here and have it go straight to the log, and then you can look through the logs later. But that is using the built-in Oracle provided by the Solo Adventures module, and you don't have to be online. None of this is online now. So yeah, that's how you can solo using Fantasy Grounds and a built-in Oracle. The other option, of course, would be to use a paper-based module and just use the dice. All of these. If I go bring up that yes/no again, the dice roll here is 3d6. The scale goes up and down from there because you can start sticking on you know modifiers, and you normally it'd be +3 to -3. um, but if you think actually that's simply not a big enough influence, if it's virtually impossible, you may choose to bump the modifier right down. um, if you think it's almost certain, then you can bump it up. But so I've given in a bigger range in here, but I could just decide to roll the 3d6, and that's come up with I don't know where the +2 came from, but I rolled bloody an 8 again. But so I'm having one of those days where I can't roll. An 11. Yeah, I'm struggling to roll anything. I'm glad I'm not creating a character today. Um, so yeah, that's it. You can use built-in oracles. You can use the dice. Use the dice tray provided by Fantasy Grounds, and any offline oracle you want. Um, I like having it in here. If I do have a fight, I under NPCs here. You know, if I am going to start having fights, I would rather you. Callan's just a human fighter. Here you can easily bring up the sort of right how cultists and guards are likely to be the most common people he's going to meet in this town. Um, you know, any townsfolk could be a guard in disguise, and if there's any kind of church going on, maybe this all this secrecy is to do with some kind of cult that's taken control. So these are the most likely people he's going to be meeting, keeping the challenge level quite low. Um, again, once you if we're going to go down that road of cult or religion taking control of this town, once you've dealt with the cultists, you're more likely to encounter acolytes, and then we can ramp it up again. I thought that's one, isn't it? With the you got the spice. You can quickly and easily you know, grab the suitable NPCs for a town adventure um, using the built-in tools. That's where what you're going to gain. You can skip a lot of page flipping, looking for the right creatures, stats, and things like that. And obviously, Fantasy Grounds deals with the combat quite easily. So yeah, that is using a built-in Oracle and Fantasy Grounds, and you know, using the chat log as your journal. So yeah, you can do it quite easily. Okay, and that's it for today. Um,